Street in Waterloo, with a list of TV and film credits a Hollywood actor would be proud of, is under threat from a new development. Roupell Street features in a new Craze film, Doctor Who, and even the titles of Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway. But after 150 years unchanged, a new college could bring that film career to an end. Toby Sadler has been speaking to its angry residents.
London in the 1960s, everyone had a story about the Craze.
When locations were needed for the new Tom Hardy film about the Craze, Roupell Street was top of the list. Virtually untouched for nearly 200 years, it didn't take much to turn back the clock to the 1960s. Although blink and you'll miss it in the trailer.
My loyalty for my brother is how I measure myself.
What about your loyalty to me?
Every inch of the street has been filmed. Gerhard Yene's cake shop was once the scene of a TV murder.
We just put a new name up, some lines, and we actually changed the character.
Well, whoever he was, we still need to identify the victims.
Oh, it's one of the only streets in London, or in the south of England, actually, that exists like that. You often get, like, one side of the street, but then there's war damage or something, but this street miraculously has survived, and that's why it's so popular.
But some of Roupell Street's residents think the area's unique appeal is under threat. The Victorian School at one end wants to build an extension and has a planning application in with Lambeth Council. The area is Grade 2 listed. Residents aren't allowed to change very much. They're not even allowed satellite dishes.
We all know that we can't change the building. I think if this is approved, then it opens the gate for a developer to doors down, say, well, I wouldn't mind putting a second story on and I'll use this as a precedent. It would just be a shame to lose our only open space. The school courtyard has the only trees that we have on the street. And also the new building is quite overwhelming, I think, for our little tiny residential street.
It's a protest that's gaining support. Call it the Ant and Dec factor. Not just the people who live on Roupell Street that love it here. There are, after all, only about 70-odd houses on this road. But a petition is set up to stop this development already gathered more than 10,000 signatures. Lambeth Council is still considering the application. The school, in its defence, says it has consulted residents, is using an award-winning architect who's worked on the Tower of London, and says the extension replaces a school hall destroyed in the war. Toby Sadler, ITV News.
Hundreds of